Hey
Hi,
everybody!
everyone.
We just finished the live on CEJ doing free readings. So, those of you who joined, thank you so much. Thank you so much
It
for
was
joining us.
nice.
It was a lot of
I
fun.
love seeing the soul manas over there, especially when you guys get picked for readings. I just love to hear it.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for supporting me on that channel as well. Today is an exciting day. We are on day 26 of this journey. It is almost over. I am happy that we are almost to the end because it has given me a run for my money, and I've really slacked on adding content beyond this to my Soul Mana channel, which is actually causing me to lose subscribers. But that's okay because this is what Spirit wanted me to be doing. So I am seeing it through to the end because I firmly believe why start something if you're not going to finish it. And I gave Kira that conversation today. She's not happy with me.
I just love that.
We're playing a little game on an app, and we're part of a team. And we're almost to the end of our challenge. And I'm like, we're running out of time. Can you please participate? She's like, it's just a game. I'm like, but I must complete it. I must. I have
There's
to.
no reward for completing it, just so I can.
There is in the app. So, anyways.
Not significantly enough for me to keep playing it.
So let's get into our message from Spirit for today, day 26, and then we'll get into what we want to discuss for today's video, which is going to be an easy day. So let's see what Spirit wants us to know. What's our advice, Spirit? Ooh, lost and found. What was once lost is about to be found. Thanks to the lost and found fairy, sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. Ooh, so Spirit's saying that we're all going to find something that has been lost, even if we didn't realize it was lost. And that's a message, of sometimes we lose ourselves and we don't even realize it, right? But within the next few days, there is something that is returning into our lives that was lost. Okay, it will be different for each of us. So let's pull another message. Reach out, make connections with others from an authentic and vulnerable place. Show your soft and squishy side. Be relatable. I create genuine relationships. Wow. So a lot of us, this is around a relationship, things that we lost within ourselves through the relationship are about to be found and restored within. Okay. And some of us, there is a reconnection of a relationship that was once lost and now it's about to be found, and it's going to be through communication. All right. So that is the advice from Spirit for today. And what Kira and I are here for today is to just say, we are so proud of you.
Absolutely. I know how I feel, so I could only imagine how you guys feel. So I'm proud for you guys sticking it through. Day 26. We're almost there.
Yeah, and there are like I want to say like names I remember, but there's like so many of you. I don't want to leave anybody out and make somebody feel bad. So just know, like, we know who you are. We see you every day. And I see your comments and I feel your energy. Even now, like right before the live, Spirit put one of you into my mind. You know who you are. So
I try to, yeah, like I look for certain people. I agree. I always just like make sure. Like there's some people I won't see for days, and I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, she notices because she does every single premiere, and she'll notice who's there and who's not. But you guys are doing great, and whether or not you are just watching this, just because you enjoy the community or you're participating along, it doesn't matter. You are still a part of this light, and somehow, some way, it is impacting you. and affecting you and changing you. And there's even some people in our personal life that have started the series and are watching it now,
Mhm.
and they're like, wow, I'm actually learning a few things. And I'm like, well, that's what it's for. So we just wanted to make a video today to tell all of you that we're so proud of you and that you're almost there. And I just, man, so much awareness of self has come to me through this. I see myself so differently. I know why I haven't been succeeding at certain things. I realize how much I waste my time on frivolous, trivial stuff that it's just like junk, like, and how much junk food I have been putting into my energy, not consuming physically, but in my energy through my mind with what I'm, bless you, what I'm watching and what I've been exposing myself to. And, um, one thing I've noticed on YouTube is there are so many channels that are dedicated to calling out other channels and other people out there. And I don't get that. Like the content of that is so predominant now, like calling people out. I'm exposing this. And like, yeah, some things do need to be exposed for sure. But I noticed, I was like, gosh, I'm starting to watch a lot of this type of content. And that's negative because it's attacking somebody through somebody else's opinion, is pretty much all it is, which we're all entitled to our opinions and judgments and to put out to the universe and share with whatever we want. Like, I'm not trying to censor. I'm just saying I've realized how much of that content I've been consuming. And I didn't even think twice about it. I just thought, like, this is what's going on today, blah, blah, blah. And now because of this series, I can't even watch it. I'm just like, you're just trashing this person. Like, you're not bringing me anything. You're just trashing somebody and their life and their opinions and the way. And I just, and some of the stuff that people get called out for, it's so ridiculous.
Or not fair.
And not fair. That's a good, yeah. And so I didn't realize how much of that content I was consuming, but I am so aware of it now. And I've really started steering clear of it because it does impact you. Even if I'm not sitting there thinking, negatively towards the person that they're talking about, I'm still aligning my energy to that in that moment by giving it attention. And so spirit, I was like, wow, wow.
Absolutely. I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah. So spirits really let me know where I'm at mentally and where I'm vibing. And so I'm so grateful for that, especially to you guys, because if I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't come to these awarenesses, which I needed to come to. So this has been very expanding for me as well.
I agree. I think for me, a lot, but a big one is gratitude, for sure. I would say I have been way more positive and grateful for everything that I can have. And since that, like, more has been flowing.
Yes, more has definitely been showing up in her life, and I see that as well.
And like somebody I was talking about, when was it? I could think either yesterday or the day before, and we were talking about basically that, like, my vibe has been better. Like, I am just more happy now than I was like last month, like since the journey, and like you were as well. And it's just like how we have like aligned and kept our emotions and our vibrations.
Yeah. So we are all making progress here. And today we just wanted to say thank you to all of you for sticking with us, for doing this, for aligning your energy here and creating this space for us as well as everybody else, because we are all a part of this. What you give your attention to, you are a part of, you are saying yes to. And that's a concept that most people don't get. And I was slipping, and then I was like, wait a minute, why am I watching all of this junky information that doesn't add to any aspect? I mean, we all need our moments to just veg and whatever, but I've realized there's better things I could be feeding into my mind or giving my attention to.
Yeah, like, why would you just look up like tea channels on, you know what I mean, and just sit and watch it? Like, that's what I don't understand, like somebody who dedicates their time to figure out like everything to just come and Just like, why would you do
Yeah.
that? Like, you need to be in a better vibration.
Yeah, some things, like I said, need to be called out. But just
Absolutely.
remember, you know, even in our own personal lives, because something I think is like I have opinions about things and I have judgments about things. But I really keep it to myself if it's negative, because what you put out there is coming back. So, and I've seen this happen too, where there's these people exposing XYZ, and then all of a sudden they're getting exposed for something. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's just like this crazy fucking. Sorry, I almost cussed, but I caught myself. See the vibration of that. Yeah, it's just, it's crazy, but to each their own. Everything has a right to exist. I'm just sharing this because I realized that I was really aligning my energy to that. And I was always kind of like watching and just like, whoa, wow type of energy. But now I'm like, I'm no, I need to do better. I need to put better in here than.
Yeah, just like judging people. I just feel like that should be like the thing. You shouldn't just judge someone like if you don't personally know them or like know their intentions or how they
or
are.
even if they did do something, like we don't know why that happened.
Absolutely. And people can change. Like
Yes.
if something happened, like somebody can change.
People change, evolve, and grow. And if people couldn't change, then what would the point of this whole series be?
Absolutely.
And so, in saying that, like Spirit really bringing this message forth, perhaps each and every one of us should try to be a better living example of acceptance and tolerance and love and compassion and understanding. Just because you don't agree with what somebody's doing and saying and being doesn't mean that you should lose compassion.
Absolutely.
They're still a human being.
I think that's what like the world needs, is not more of like we need to agree on everything, like more just like, can we just have love for everybody?
Yeah.
And I just think that's what needs to be more out there.
Yeah, like, you know, and if somebody's just a really bad person, you know,
obviously there's some people out there
that are just like, they're working with the shadow and the darkness, and that's just their journey, and that's for them.
Like I've there's a couple of people in here who have like friends that are negative and just continually be negative, and I have a couple of those, and it's not that you don't have to like talk to them or anything, like just keep them at an arm's distance, you know, like you don't have to
just see them for who they are, but still have love in your heart because they're a fellow human.
You see them, you obviously care for them, like,
because everybody is working and operating from the consciousness that's available to them in any given moment. And all of us are operating and working from different consciousness. And so just have a little more compassion. And again, having compassion doesn't say, oh, I agree with what you're doing and I support it. It's just, I'm going to hold the space for you. And that's just that. Like, I'm just going to hold the space. Like, because you can see when things are out of alignment in somebody. And instead of trying to correct it or call them out, hold the space for them and just worry about yourself and what you're doing and what you're thinking and what you're being and what you're feeling, and just hold the space for others, you know. And I know we discussed in the past like what we're consuming, you know, on the daily into our minds. And I think from there, like that is how I became aware of like the content that I was predominantly watching. And so once I became aware of that, I was like, okay, Spirit, I need to shift, I need to change. And then some new content showed up, and I was actually listening to 2 hours of Zen Tales, which was what I needed. Absolutely. And you know, again, everybody is free to be and do what they want to be and do and say and feel and think. Everybody has that right as a human being. Okay. And we don't always have to agree and get along, but I just hope that we can love each other and support each other more. Because even like sometimes when I'm watching that stuff, I'm like, really? You're calling them out for that? Like, what? You made a whole video about that? Like, we're human. Like, you know, it's everybody's a human being. Everybody screws up, and not everybody is happy and positive and jolly and joyful.
And just because you
in every single moment.
Yeah, like, or just because you wouldn't do it doesn't mean like somebody else can't, you know?
Yeah.
And just because they want to do it doesn't mean that they're wrong for wanting. Like, everybody wants something different.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Just have some compassion.
Mm-hmm.
And we're working on that as well, as
Mm-hmm.
being more compassionate, not judgmental, and just trying to hold the space.
Mm-hmm.
Because holding the space is like one of the biggest gifts you can give to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just saying, you know what, when you're ready, I'm right here. Here's this energy for you
Mm-hmm.
right here when
Absolutely.
you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
And it is because people hold the space for us too. It's just a gift that we all give to each other. And you guys are doing so amazing. I kind of feel like Spirit's creating little soldiers of love and light. And, we're a part of that too, because the world needs more of that.
Mm-hmm.
More love, more compassion, more understanding, more tolerance, more room for everybody to just be who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And there's always variables, not one size doesn't fit all, but I think you guys get the gist of what we're trying to say. And see, even now I'm like kind of scared to, okay, did I cover all the bases just because of how people are? Like,
Mm-hmm.
even people come for me. They do. And I'm like, I'm just trying to be spiritual, but it's all right. If I rub you wrong, you don't like me, you hate what I'm doing, that's cool. Like, you have that right. Please just have compassion for me as a human, and I have compassion for you as a human. So that's about it. Does you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
All right. We are proud of you guys. And we look forward to the rest of the few days that we have for this journey. We have some more exercises coming up, but today we just wanted to talk about holding the space and congratulating you guys and letting you know that we're so proud of you. So that's everything for today. We're sending you lots of love and light. Take care, everybody. Bye.